Not sure if you guys can hear that. So you can hear that. Well, how's it going, JDM crew? You might notice the cockpit's a little bit smaller, and that would be because we're in the good old Toyota Mr. 2. The MR2, as a lot of you guys would know, is just a simple two-seater. Not really simple, but we're in the SW20 chassis. So nice and comfortable. For a lot of you guys know, this was in the early 90s into the mid 90s. And for those of you guys who have been following for a while, know that I used to have SW21 back in the States, so I'm definitely familiar with this chassis in various forms. But here we are in Japan enjoying the real deal. This one, as you can tell, we've got some DEFI gauges, DEFI gauge, OEM gauge, Carros area audio deck. I'm not really sure, do you guys see that yet? So, yeah, all in all, really nice. Got a couple of mods on there. We do have like a separate fan control over here, so they did have some modifications. Oh, and got this roll cage here for a little bit of extra safety there. Yeah, what's really nice about this though is we do have coilovers, and when I give you guys the walk around in just a little bit, you'll see those as well. But this is surprisingly, it doesn't feel like I got coilovers on there. I mean, the response feels like I have coilovers, but while I'm driving along here, bumps in the bridge, bumps in the road, doesn't feel like it at all, so I like that. Very comfortable. We've got 17s on here, so a little bit lower profile tires, but overall, just a really pleasant experience. And of course, as you can tell from the mods, there are some additional mods in the engine. We do have intake and aftermarket intercooler, so nothing too crazy. Definitely just opens it up a little bit more power. Yeah, and you can definitely hear that spooling is really nice there. And we have, I believe this is a short shifter. It doesn't feel like OEM, it feels a little bit shorter. We can get the list of mods from our sales guys. They'll let you know more about the details. But yeah, definitely, we've had a number of MR2s over the past 2 years that have been pretty good, but a little bit more rough. So overall, like, this one is a really pleasant experience, even with all these mods. Got a little bit more responsive engine and all that good stuff. So yeah, good times. Engine code, I believe 3SGTE. Yeah, it's the 2-liter. It's good stuff. It's definitely pretty reliable in almost every way when it comes to a turbo motor. A lot less troublesome than some of the other ones from the 90s. So. This one's only got about 128,000 kilometers, so was that like 80,000 miles or something like that? Not even 100,000. So yeah, in terms of mileage, pretty decent. And it really seems like the previous owner or owners definitely took good care of this, so quite a pleasant experience. And yeah, on this interior, this definitely seems like an aftermarket shift boot, but the shifter looks stock. Got Momo Race steering wheel and all that good stuff. So overall, yeah, just a couple little minor things. The upholstery's in good shape, that's for sure. Carpets are good. This one actually still has a cover, so they might have replaced this at some point. But yeah, while I'm just cruising along here, transmission's in really great shape, by the way, considering, you know, the age of this vehicle. Definitely a fan. Now, I'm not sure if the mic will pick it up, but I'll try to spool it up just a little bit so you guys can hear. With that intake opened up, it does sound pretty nice. But as far as I know, the turbo looks stock based on the stock coverings and everything on it. They just got a better intake on there. Not sure if you guys can hear that. So you can hear that. So definitely gets up there really good, very responsive. Yeah, that intake sounds great, and this Defi boost gauge responds accordingly. So I'll show you that in the engine bay. They got some silicone hoses and all that good stuff back there. I know for a lot of you folks that aren't familiar with this, yes, the engine is right behind me, so that's why it's a mid-engine vehicle. But definitely that would be why the handling is just so much nicer. But yeah, even for this one, yeah, we got some bikers over here, so just being careful. Yeah, getting up to speed, I mean, this thing is just really great. And yeah, like, tires are in decent shape, and, you know, even with these lower profiles and the coilover suspension, this is just really awesome. Well, guys, I'll give you the walk around here shortly. So let's get to the walk around. Let's go. Well, here we are with the interior and just a quick look at the dash. I'm just trying to... there we go. You can see really great shape there, and here's that roll cage that we got here. As you can see, headliner's in good shape. No back seats because this is a two-seater. You can check out that upholstery though. Really good shape there. Got the carpets, and of course got some plastic on that carpet there. And I got my driver's seat right here. So the Momo Race steering wheel, Defi gauge right here. So this is for boost, and over here got a little triple gauge there for I believe oil pressure, water temperature, and I think this is oil temperature over there. So yeah, pretty nice. We have a little controller for that, and the Carrozzeria audio deck with aux input and USB. So you have options, climate controls right there. I believe this is a short shifter, but not exactly sure of all the mods on here. Got this little brace there, so whenever you're driving, just able to keep yourself steady. And good old roll cage here. So yeah, and of course I'm gonna go pop the hood, and you guys are not going to be surprised that there's nothing really there, because you know where the engine actually is. But let's just have a look for look's sake. And get that serial number for you guys that are interested. I'm going to check out some more information. It's a true SW20. We've got a good old spare in the toolkit right there. We got stuff for the steering and brakes and all that up front, and the wiper motor, and of course the front sway bar. And as you can tell, we've got these coilovers all around. And surprisingly, these are very comfortable, as you saw during the drive. Really surprising. As you can see, we still have a pretty roomy trunk, which is really great here. Really solid too. Some people modify those, but this is, as far as I know, they're all original. Now, in this engine bay, not all original. So we've got, you can see the intake right there. Aftermarket intercooler right there, and some other mods there, and we have this little silicon line going to the boost gauge. We got some of the wiring and stuff there, so they did put a couple of mods on here, but for the rest of it, mostly OEM. It's just a little bit better than stock. Well, a good bit better than stock. Yeah, but this is overall really, really smooth. Much smoother than I've expected from a lot of MR2s, because these tend to get daily driven a lot. And the higher mileage ones, you get a little bit more concerned, but this one being only 120,000 kilometers, that's really not much. Because even the one I had in the States was almost 200,000 miles. There you guys have it. The Toyota Mr. 2. Yeah, GTS, by the way. So definitely MR2 for you Toyota fans out there, any of you guys that love mid-engine vehicles. It's definitely a really good handling one. I was surprised by the feel of this. Just in general, engine response was good. The handling was great. We've got coilovers, but it wasn't that rough. So I was really surprised by that, because a lot of the modified ones that I've driven over the years, and some of the ones that we've had in the past 2 or 3 years come through our shop, have been a little bit rough, you know, definitely set more for track. But this one, you know, the OEM ones were okay, but a little too squishy, you know, just not as responsive. But with this, all the little chassis stiffening mods, and of course the coilovers, it's just really great. But I was surprised though, they dialed it in just right, so when we were on the road, it just wasn't bad at all. It definitely was a more comfortable ride than I was expecting. Well, there you have it, guys. If you're interested in this or any of the vehicles, contact our sales team, info@jdm-expo.com, or direct message us, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And on YouTube, it's fine if you guys comment, but try to direct some of those over to our sales team at the other contacts, because they'll be a little bit faster at getting back to you guys. It was a little bit slower for us on the media team to forward it over, so if you just go direct to them, they got you covered. And yeah, definitely really like this one. And I don't know, I'm hoping more people will accept the church of mid-engine vehicles. It's definitely a great time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.